Hey, how's everybody doing? It's Untitled here, and I know I haven't posted the video for a while, but the last video I uploaded, the update video, will explain it. But this is going to be the start of my new MyCAREER, which is weird to say. But anyways, I had one heck of a game in the Rookie Showcase. I'm just going to show the player of the game highlights from it. I'm not going to show the full game. One, because the capture on it messed up, so I wasn't able to actually get it, so I couldn't actually show you highlights if I wanted to. But in the end, I had 18 points, 8 rebounds, 12 assists, and 3 steals. A pretty nifty stat line, if I do say so myself, with an A teammate grade. But enjoy player of the game, and I'll be back after the NBA draft.
Nice performance out there. I'm the GM for the Golden State Warriors. We have the 7th overall pick, as well as the 30th pick in this draft, and are considering using one of those picks to select you. First, we'd like to get to know you a little better with some questions. We feel like we already have some great young guards on our roster, in Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry. Where do you see yourself fitting in with those guys?
Playing alongside those guys would be great. I really think we would be a force to be reckoned with once we learned each other's tendencies. Honestly, and this might sound crazy, but I feel like I have a much higher ceiling than those guys. I think you know that as well, and that's why you chose to interview me. I want to take this team to the next level, man.
Interesting. Next question. Being in the NBA brings a lot of responsibilities, and some people just aren't ready for it, if you know what I mean. What are your plans once you get that first paycheck?
Easy answer. My parents have spent their entire life putting me into the position I'm in right now. I want nothing more than to take care of them and make sure that the rest of their lives are as carefree as possible. I don't need glitz and glamour. I just need my loved ones cared for.
Great answers. I really think you'd fit in great with us. Here's hoping we're able to draft you with our pick. Hello, I'm the general manager for the Portland Trail Blazers, and I'd like to thank you for meeting with us. We have a pair of picks in the lottery at the 6th and 11th slots and would like to ask you a few questions. Aside from a few veterans, this is a very young team. We're bringing in a lot of young talent this offseason, and it won't be easy to get this team back into the playoffs immediately. Are you willing to take your lumps as a team in order to grow as a core along with all the other young talent the Blazers have?
I think so. I know you guys are in a bit of a rebuilding process right now, but what better way to rebuild than with a franchise guy like me? I won't stand for losing too long, but if all goes according to plan, that won't be the case, man. As long as the Blazers will believe in me, I'll believe in them.
Okay, last question. This question is a tough one to ask, as there really isn't a right or wrong answer. Over the last couple of years, we've had entire seasons washed out by insurmountable injuries. As a franchise, we're becoming more conscious on injury histories and what that means for our draft picks. What can you tell us about your injury history, and more importantly, your ability to play through pain?
There isn't a whole lot to tell, but I can say that I've taken every precaution with the injuries that I have suffered. My career is way too important for me to just play on every injury I've ever gotten. I don't see that as being overprotective, just being smart about my body. I have a responsibility to not just my team, but also myself, you know?
Okay, good stuff. We'll be in touch if we have any other questions.
Greetings, I'm the GM and Director of Player Personnel for the Hornets. In addition to first pick, we also have the 10th pick in the upcoming draft and are looking at you with one of those picks. We would like to get to know you better by asking you a couple questions. Let's get to it. How did you feel about your game tonight? What stood out to you?
Great, man. I feel great. I really feel like I put my talents on display out there. When you guys go back and watch the tape, I think you'll realize what you'd be getting in me. A future all-star, no doubt, baby.
All right then, one more. This is a question we ask all our potential draftees, and I want you to answer it as honestly as possible. Where do you see your career going? What do you hope to achieve out of your career? Ultimately, what do you want your legacy to be?
Me? I want to be the greatest of all time. If anyone answers you differently, well, they're either lying to you or they don't have the competitive fire to be great. I don't want to be great. I want to be the greatest. I want rings. I want MVP awards. All of those accolades. I want people to talk about me 50 years from now, and they will. Just watch, man. I've got the fire. I've got the drive, and you know what? I'm ready.
Okay, I think I've heard all I needed to hear for now. You're definitely someone we can use on our team. Now we just need you to be available when it's our turn to pick.
Good evening and welcome to the 2012 NBA Draft. Tonight represents the culmination of years of hard work for 60 of the world's best young players. It is also a time of optimism for our fans and our teams. It's going to be a great night. I know the young men hoping to hear their names called tonight can't wait to compete against the best basketball players in the world. So let's get started. With the first pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the New Orleans Hornets select Anthony Davis from the University of Kentucky. With the second pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select Michael Kidd-Gilchrist from the University of Kentucky. With the sixth pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Portland Trail Blazers select Damian Lillard from Weber State University. With the seventh pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Harrison Barnes from the University of North Carolina. With the eighth pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Terrence Ross from the University of Washington. With the ninth pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Andre Drummond from the University of Connecticut. With the 10th pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the New Orleans Hornets select the 19-year-old point guard from the University of Kentucky.
So there it is. I get drafted to the New Orleans Hornets. And, you know, there's been a lot of people on YouTube that's done the Hornets, so I'm not sure if I'm going to stay with them. So just tell me whether or not you'd like me to stick with the Hornets or go to another team, because I'm open ears at this point. So I don't know how in the world I get drafted 10th out of that. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and as always, have a nice day.